Please join me as we recite the invocation mantras. Om Agyanatimirandasya Jananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. I offer my respectful obeisances unto my spiritual master, who has opened my eyes, which were blinded by the darkness of ignorance, with the torchlight of knowledge. Our spiritual teachers actually, sila yung tumutulong sa atin. Sometimes indirectly, just like the books that we have. We are considering Srila Prabhupada our Shiksha, preeminent teacher. Kasi even he's not here in the material world for a long time na, we are learning a lot. And yung mga commentary niya from the scriptures help us to relate scriptures and understand. And also, of course, yung mga ating teachers na nakakasalumuhan natin, sobrang helpful sa atin yun. Maraming salamat sa kanila. Being grateful is one of the characteristics that we want to develop. So, ang nakaraan natin, ano yung topic natin with our meditation? Journey to self-discovery. Ano yung mga horses? This is the symbol of the senses, sabi ni McCoy sa kanila Josh. So, sino dito nakapansin ng mga senses nila all throughout nung after ng session na yun, ng mga ilang araw after? Medyo naging aware kayo, ganito pala ako. Masyado kong pina-follow yung mga senses ko. Master naman. Ako yung servant ng senses. So that is actually important kasi this senses is part of this existence. It should be there, should not be denied. Hindi mo kailangan tanggalin yung mata mo. Or kasi Vincent Van Gogh, tinanggal yung tenga niya. Hindi mo kailangan tanggalin yung mga senses mo just because you cannot control them. Diba? Yung iba, ito yung resolution nila. Pero the process of Bhakti Yoga is to use these senses and to align them para sa ating progress in our spiritual activities in the process of yoga. That is the use of yoga actually. To control the senses, to control the mind. So connected siya. And kapag safe ang senses mo, controlled yung mga horses, you are going sa right direction. So welcome sa ating session for today. Relationship with oneself, journey to self-discovery. We're talking about the mind and intelligence. And what's the difference? So may mga IQ tayong sukatan and all this in this material world. Pero this is very different. This intelligence is not equivalent to what we have learned materially. This is not material intelligence. Rather, this is spiritual intelligence. So, balikan natin to. Ano li yung symbolism ng rope? Sino nakakatanda? Yung horses is the senses. Ano yung symbolism ng rope? And sino yung driver? So, itong dalawa. Sino yung chariot? Ano yung chariot? And sino yung passenger? Let us see kung sino yung naka-catch nung translation ng verse na to galing sa Katha Upanishad. Yes. The senses are the horses. The rope is the mind. Tama si Noreen, yes. The individual is the passenger in the car of the material body. This is the soul, and the body is the chariot. The intelligence is the driver. Mind is a driving instrument, that is the rope, and the senses are the horses. This self is thus the enjoyer and sufferer in the association of the mind and the senses. And this is understood daw ng mga great thinkers. So we have those horses na pwede siyang kumawala na kumawala. Sino lang yung pwede mag-control sa senses? That will be the rope. And paano mag-control yon? By the use of intelligence. So it should be connected. If you have the mind, the rope, and the horses, pero yung driver mo, hindi alam kung saan pupunta, or gusto niya pumunta sa hindi magandang direction, you could go there, pero masama yung pupuntahan niyo. Just like, maraming criminals na sobrang talino. Yung mga demoniac leaders, politicians, na sobrang talino rin, that they could abuse. Maraming very powerful and influential that could create mass destruction. Like Hitler. You cannot deny he's very intelligent. The question is, saan mo ginagamit yung intelligence? So, we are trying to control the senses. Now we're going to understand how the mind works and how the intelligence would control the mind. So if you have your Bhagavad Gita, let's jump to chapter 6.6. So fold nyo yan, lagay mo ng bookmark kasi sobrang importante yung verse na to. You have read this also sa mga registration natin. Yan. 6.6. Sino yung first time nakita tong verse na to or yung ganitong quote? Or sino yung nakita na dati? Yan. So yoga community, they usually use this. Bandur atmatmanastasya hinatmai vatmana jitaha anatmanastu satrutve varte tatmaiva satruvat. Translation. For him who has conquered the mind is the best of friends. But for one who has failed to do so, his mind will remain the greatest enemy. So again, the mind, which is hindi nalalayo, andyan lang siya. It could be the best friend or the worst enemy. How? The process of Bhakti Yoga and even the practice of Yoga Asana, this is the main goal. Bakit nag-aasana tayo? To control the senses, to maintain the body, much more to control the mind. Kasi the mind could go here and there. Pansin nyo ba habang nagka-chant tayo, the mind goes anywhere, everywhere, anytime. Nagka-travel siya. Baka nga nakikinig ka ngayon pero yung mind mo lumilipad. Sino yung present dito ngayon? And sino yung medyo hindi? Half-half lang. That is because of the mind. Sobrang restless daw ng mind, sabi. It has around 60 to 80,000 thoughts per day. Sipin mo gano'ng kadami yun, no? Sabi ni Len, honest Len, 50% guilty daw sa. So, ganun din yung attention span, lalo na yung mga bata, di ba? So, sino yung, ayun yung sabi nga ng mga nag-study, hindi ko na kung paano nila nabilang yun, 60 to 80,000 thoughts per day daw. Yan, nag-agree yung toko. So, 60 to 80,000, ang dami nun. River of thoughts, di ba? Tuloy-tuloy lang siya. And, sobrang restless daw ng mind. Kaya siya parang, we are chanting, it's going everywhere. We are chanting, the mind will think of the past. The mind will think of the future. Sobrang restless ng mind, hindi siya mapakali. Para ka may monkey, may little monkey. Even Arjuna is saying, this mind, sobrang hirap niya makonquer. It is much easier to control the wind than to control the mind. Hindi mo na nga alam kung paano makokontrol yung wind, di ba? What more pa yung mind? Ganun daw yung nature ng mind. And if one did not conquer this, ano yung pwede mangyari? This mind could be our worst enemy. May tatlong klaseng, may tinatawag niya three folds of miseries. Yung miseries na nanggaling sa nature, the miseries that is coming from other living entities, other humans, other animals, insects, diba? Even virus. And miseries coming from our own self, adi-atmic. Bakit ka nadidepress? Bakit ka may anxiety? Bakit ka nagka-panic? Bakit ka nagiging masaya? Bakit ka na-experience tong excitement? It is all because of the perception of the mind. Yes, may mga triggers, may mga stimulus, may mga pwedeng maka-experience ng same sa atin, pero iba-iba tayo ng perception doon. And iba tayo na mararamdaman all throughout. Basically, maraming pwedeng mag-cause sa paligid, pero tayo yung magdi-dictate. Ayun lang naman yung control natin eh. Paano natin ipiperceive yung mga bagay. The rest, we cannot control. It's all in the mind. This is not to belittle yung mga na-experience naman ating mga friends that would have some challenges. No. But this is the science. Yung mind yung nagkasabi how one should feel. One should be in the state of. Bakit siya magiging worst enemy? Uncontrolled mind. One could have self-destructive behaviors, decision-makings. Diba? One could go dark and deep sa depression because of the mind. Pero if one is being, having a truce or best friend niya yung mind niya, one could go anywhere unlimitedly. One could be successful sa mga talents niya, in sports, in yoga. One could be successful in career, sa art, sa craft niya, kapag bati kayo ng mind mo. Pero, I just want to ask, how many percent dito na na-experience nyo, bati kayo ng mind, and how many percent na kaaway mo yung mind mo? Let me see. Yeah, yan. Sino yung ilang percent, si Milka, ilang percent mo kaaway yung mind mo, ilang percent mo kabati yung mind mo? All throughout your day. Sabi ni Adam, 40% kaaway. Good. Tapos 65%, ayan. Si Yana daw, 300% kaaway. Lumagpas ka na sa equation, no? 80% kaaway, sabi ni Milk. 60% BFF. Oh. 90% bati. Char. Minsan, 60% kakampi, 50% kaaway. Si Diyos, sobra yung computation mo sa 100%. So, ibig sabihin, mas madalas kayong kakampi. Yan. Depends on the situation. Yes, yes. So, this is the mind. This is nature ng mind. 50% si Ivy. 50-50. This is the nature of mind. Palaro-laro siya. One could be happy for some time. Tapos may mapanood, may marinig lang siya, tapos depressed na siya. That switch, that fast switch, ang bilis niya pwede mangyari. Or ang saya-saya mo, tapos biglang nakita mo yung ex mo, tapos bad trip pa na uli. Or masakit na uli yung damdamin mo kasi yung ex mo may iba na. Yung mind mo pwede ka paglaruan. So if uncontrolled in mind natin, our mind is our worst enemy, surely we would have uncontrolled senses. Minsan, nakala natin, tropa natin yung mind. Tropa pala natin yung mind over doing uncontrolled things like addiction. Magkasundo na. Kumbaga, wala na yung konsensya. Kumbaga, automatic na. Gustong-gusto na ng mind mo to do this uncontrolled sense activities and gratification. That is the worst. Nung hindi na nag-aaway, wala ka ng inner battle. Okay pa yung may inner battle ka everyday eh. Na you're trying to fight off yung lower self mo. The lower self is the mind being an enemy winning. So, andun yung mga feeling ng depression, anxiety, panic, diba? Anger natin. Andun sa lower self natin yon. Pero may better self tayo, may higher self tayo. Andun yung mode of goodness, yung kindness natin. So, yung inner battle natin, we always want na nandun tayo sa state na yon, sa higher self. Kapag medyo napapabayaan mo, automatic bumababa siya doon. Andyan yung mga babalik yung old habits, yung mga old emotions, yung mga uncontrolled things. Pag nakatambay ka na masyado sa lower self, Wala nang inner battle. You're not battling with the demons. Yung inner self mo na enemy, siya na yung nananalo palagi. That is the parang least na pwedeng mangyari. So, if you are having inner battles palagi, still good. Lumalaban ka pa rin to improve yourself. To stay on that higher self mo. That consciousness. And how to best actually be in this situation na maangat natin yung sarili natin sa higher self. I just want to ask again, sino rito yung nagka-chant everyday ngayon? And how many? You can type 2 round or 2 or 1 or 3 sa chat box. Simula yung next ano tayo. Simula last week. Trying 2 a day. Once a day. 1, 2 rounds. Twice a day. Sige, let me see. Milksy 1, twice, thrice. 2 to 3. Around 1 round each. So, nadi-divide mo per day. Parang meal, no? 2 times, 1 round, 1 round. Ano yung OD? Once a day. Inisip ko overdose. Overdose ka na sa chanting, no? 1 OFW husband. Yan. Day and night. So, dalawa sa ESA. So, those who are chanting, mapapansin nyo, we are, yan. I can only chant if my dogs are not bothering me. Yan. You chant while tulog pa yung dogs mo. Or wear earplugs. So, you can chant without being disturbed by them. So, habang kumakain sila, pwede ka mag-chant. So, those who are chanting regularly, even 1 week pa lang tayo nag-chant, you could notice na, uy, teka lang, parang ang good mood ko ang clear na mind ko. And yung emotion ko, medyo mas controlled ko ngayon Tapos, mas malinaw. And basically, we are staying, at least we're climbing doon sa higher state natin. Pero pansinin mo, pag wala ka pang chant for your rounds sa araw mo, or hindi ka naka-attend ng class, wala kang reading, yung self natin bumabalik dun sa lower self natin. Bumabalik dun sa default. How to be on that higher self is para maalagaan mo yon, kailangan mo ng activities that will raise your consciousness, which ano yung ginagawa natin. Chanting every day, listening to the yoga philosophy, the spiritual knowledge. So we are raising the vibration. Kaya importante siya to do it every day. Hindi porket you do it once a week, tas baon mo na the rest of the week, Because the constant battle is still there. Kahit years pa yan, andyan palagi. Or parang, okay, bati na kayo palagi ng mind mo. One or the other, may pwedeng mag-trigger. Or pwede may mangyari. So, it's a constant battle. And you have to maintain that to be on that higher self natin. Sabi ni Ellie, ang bait ko daw, sabi ng asahan ng husband niya. O, di ba? Masaya yung husband mo. That is true, actually. Pag nag-chant ka, parang nasa higher self ka, ang bait-bait mo. Tapos guilty ka. Sama ka palang tao, no? Kailangan ko magpakamit. So, pag bumababa na yung high nung chanting mo, chant ka uli. Parang in the middle of the day, parang iba na. Nadadrain na yung spiritual energy mo. Chant ka uli. Recharge ka lang. So, magiging mabait uli. Sasabihin na ni Ellie, yung asawa mo, sabihin na mabait ka daw, whole day na, hindi na umaga lang. So, yeah, it's like the battery. Ayan. So, we have to spiritually recharge palagi. So, this is how to control the mind. And this is not invented by someone or made by an author, or the mantras are being composed lang ng kung sinong tao lang. This mantra is coming from the spiritual world. It is a spiritual vibration. And it was being passed down from Krishna himself going down to this generation. And all the saintly mga personalities is doing also this chanting of Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. Because this is the purpose to be on that higher self, para manalo ka palagi doon. When I was younger, although young pa naman ako, I'm in touch with my spiritual teacher palagi. Tapos, may time na I was too busy, then naging in touch ulit kami then. Of course, have this battle with the mind. Then he emailed me this, and this quote from his words, baon ko to hanggang saan, hanggang kailan. So, pag may na-experience din ako, hanggang ngayon, titignan ko lang to. And a lot of my friends, even those who are depressed or having a battle sa mental health nila, ito na rin yung naging quote nila palagi. If you want me to share this, isang like naman. Or pwede natin ding, hindi naman. Di siya secret. Pero, this is my open secret. Nag-like sila. My spiritual master, his name is His Holiness Giridhari Swami. We call him Guru Maharaj. Disciple siya ni Srila Prabhupada. Yung nagsulat, ito si Srila Prabhupada. So, coming from the line ng disciple and student's relationship. What he told me that time, and ilang beses niya rin kinoto, very important. We can't change the past. It's over and done with. No use to lament over things we have done and not done. Forget it. And since we have limited control over the future, we shouldn't dream too much about it either. We can make reasonable plans, but not plans so excessive that they suck out our life force. Act in times that are with thee means to focus on the present moment. That is within our power. This is particularly true in our practice of Krishna consciousness. We need to be in the present moment when we chant the holy name. We must chant without offense, with full attention, and with love. Such chanting will quickly attract the attention of Krishna. So, lagi ko ito naiisip and lagi ko itong binabasa. So, the past, palagi siyang binivisit ng mind natin. Yung mga nakaraan, di ba? Kaya maganda yung marketing ni Facebook di ba? Yung memories. Nakikita mo yung 10 years ago, 11 years ago na, 5 years ago. Yung mga moments na yon babalikan niya. The problem is, pag yung binabalikan yung mga past is mga hindi kaaya-aya. Lahat ng ex mo nakikita mo doon sa Facebook memories. Lalabas doon. Lahat ng mga happiness na wala na ngayon, na hindi mo na mauulit, lalabasin doon. Of course, that's how yung mga traumas, yung mga depression is from the past natin. Iba we cannot trace. Even depression, some of it are naka-root siya sa previous lives pa natin. Yung mind, gustong-gusto na binabalikan yon. Kasi ang dami niyang ni-inventong story sa mind mo. Nire-recall niya yung mga story. Dapat sinabi ko to, what if ganito? Or hindi ko kasi nagawa to, kaya ganyan. Yung mind would always want puntahan yung past. Kaya ang hiling natin sa mga history channel, diba? Or other stories ng mga ibang tao sa past. Same thing, chismis din yon. Naging history lang kasi tapos na ng ilang taon or ilang daan taon. Buhay ng ganitong personality. So, kaya merong scriptures because this knowledge could give us spiritual histories or tinatawag yung Puranas. How we would know saan ba galing yung yoga, saan ba galing tong war na to, or name na to, history na to. And we would know ano din yung knowledge based on that passing it down, the knowledge from guru and the students hanggang umabot ngayon. And it's still relevant. Sipin mo itong Bhagavad Gita, yung quote na sinabi a while ago, yung verse na yon. Krishna told this to Arjuna 5,000 years ago. Yan yung about sa mind, best friend or enemy. Hanggang ngayon, people are battling that inner war. Another is future. People are so worried about the future. They would have anxieties. Anxieties is fear of the unknown. Hindi mo alam yung mangyayari. Lalo na ngayong pandemic. Start yan, bam, last year. Hanggang ngayon, hindi mo na alam yung mangyayari in the future. Everything is shaken. Yung promise nung sinasabi nung career, sinasabi ng society about the future, nagbabago. Yung industry, nag-iiba. Diba? Some other entertainment industry gatherings or mga events industries, hindi mo magawa ngayon. So, nagbabago yung future. And people will be afraid, so much afraid of this, or may anxiety sila because they don't know. And some will be just focusing on the dreams. Kung ano yung plano in the future. Nakasulat lahat. Here, ganito, after 5 years, dapat mangyari to. It's good daw to plan, reasonable plan. Pero sometimes, yung mga excessive plans kasi natin suck out our life force. We're just thinking about the future. We're not living in the present moment. What we have present, in the present moment, is actually within our power. Ayun lang yun. Wala ka na magagawa in the past and wala makakapredict ng future. Yung meron ka lang is what you have presently. Mental health is knowing this. Yes, andun yung healing, andun yung facing yung mga previous na mga scenarios. Some actually doesn't have to face yung mga pinagdaanan nila. The mind could protect us kaya sinusuppress niyo ibang memories. That is the use of forgetfulness. Bhagavad Gita says, sabi ni Krishna sa 15.15, Sarva chachaham hirdisana visto matahas mirti gyanam apuanam siya. Si Krishna is sitting in everyone's heart. From him comes remembrance, knowledge, and forgetfulness. So, isipin mo kung di mo na-forget yung mga nangyari sa'yo, this life. Yung good and bad doon. Yung napaya ka sa harap ng klase, ilang beses ka na-ignore ng crush mo, ilang beses ka na broken-hearted. Diba? What more pag naalala mo pa yung previous life? Kaya marami nagkatanong, pwede ko ba malaman yung previous life? Minsan hindi ang sagot doon, pwede, pero hindi naman dapat. What if naalala mo lahat na naging family mo previous life, lahat na naging relationship mo noon, paano ka namatay, or if you killed someone, paano yung mga crimes, paano ka napunta rito? This life pa lang ayaw na natin maalala lahat eh. What more pa dati? So that is actually the power of forgetfulness. Healing sometimes doesn't have to always revisit. So Naomi, this is coming from different chapters. Chapter 6 and 15 yung kinote nating verse. But the meditation class is focusing on chanting. Focusing on the meditation. And every, again, housekeeping for the yoga philosophy, dun tayo nag-chapter per chapter. And every meditation class, the aim is meditation. And we will get different learnings from the Bhagavad Gita. Oh yes, sabi ni Aiza, this will help a lot. I am taking medication due to anxiety but decided to try holistic approach. Totoo yun. And from the previous batch, may nag-message siya sa akin, yung isang student. Sabi ko nga, nakwento nga last time. Nag-take siya ng medication for 4 or 5 years. First time lang yung nag-stop when he did chanting. And started practicing this. Giridhari Swami is my spiritual teacher, spiritual master. He's the one who gave me this name, Radhacharan. And some of the students actually have met him via Zoom. Meron tayong spiritual mentorship program. So they would have direct contact kay Giridhari Swami Guru Maharaj. And it's a big help daw dun sa isang student last batch. It helped her na hindi nga siya mag-medication, naging holistic na rin siya. He's they're just doing yoga and meditation. Ito yung isang sikreto rin while chanting. That's why we need to be in the present moment. We need to be attentive. 100%. And we should chant from the heart with love. Ganito lang kasimple yun. It is free. Wala akong siningil sa inyo before you chant. You can just chant, beads or without beads. The best is my beads. Pero, ito ang price na ito is your attention. Which is sobrang hirap ibigay, di ba? With love. 100% attention and with love, with the heart. Pero it will be easier if we are together. That's why if you want to chant more, chant together with the like-minded person. Every 5:30 to 7 o'clock in the morning, we are having japa session. Chanting lang yon. You can log in and log out anytime. If you're chanting 2 rounds, 3 rounds, or 1 round a day, you can join. Log in ka lang. There's an audio. Tas we're chanting together. The cameras are open. Tapos, you can log out if you need to do something else. So, ang gandang association niya, tinatawag yung Sangha or Sadhu Sangha. Because from association, you get a lot of recharge. Yung pinapag-usapan natin kanina. You get recharged spiritual battery, the spiritual battery, sa chanting, sa association, in our studies. So, nakakabaon tayo the rest of the day. So, this is a big help and guide how we should chant. Attentively, without any distraction, and from the heart. And paano natin makokontrol naman yung mind? Sabi, diba? The mind will control the senses. Paano mo controlin yung mind? That is by the power of intelligence. Siya yung driver ng chariot. Intelligence. We should have spiritual intelligence. That's why we are studying yoga philosophy. Ganon ka-importante yung yoga philosophy, yung scriptures. That is the foundation. Kasi, scenarios will come. Pag nandiyan yung scenario, mahirap na mag-isip. Minsan you're losing the memory kasi sobrang strong ng anger, sobrang strong ng senses, the mind is so uncontrolled. But if one have a foundation invested in his spiritual knowledge, which is being used by the intelligence, mas makakontrol yung mind niya. Kahit strong yung rope mo, tapos yung horses mo, at least tame siya or kaya sumunod. Pero yung driver, hindi alam kung saan pupunta. Bali, wala. Maganda nga yung cart mo, okay nga yung senses mo, okay nga yung rope mo. Yung driver, iba yung pupuntahan niya. Imbis na mag-S-Lex kayo, pumunta siya sa north. Ligaw ka rin. Just like materialistic person, you could be successful materially. You could be famous, you could be whatsoever in the top superlative na pwede mong gamitin na word. Pero if yung intelligence nga is not being used, and it's not properly educated, so baliwala. That is why yoga philosophy and meditation comes hand in hand. It is not a sentimental, magkachant ako, tapos naramdaman ko to, I feel ecstatic lang. Without understanding, na. And we don't follow blindly. That's why we are encouraging everyone to share their realizations and questions, to have the clarification, and to satisfy the intelligence. If the intelligence is satisfied, you'll feel satisfied. So at least yung horses natin, yung rope natin is strong, and yung intelligence, yung driver natin, alam saan pupunta. Ang dami na natin natutunan ngayon. This is too much na Radhacharan, mental health, intelligence, tapos senses pa. Paano ko malalaman? Paano ko mag-start with my mind? How to become this mind our best friend? Very basic. So, get your beads. This is how we will start. And di matatapos to na nag-chant ka for 1 day, for 1 week. Di ka na mag-chant tuloy-tuloy. It is the maintenance that will take toll sa time natin. Sabi nga, it's easier to create and easier to destroy. Ito yung dalawa. Pero pinakamahirap mag-maintain. Madali mag-create ng relationship. O, sige mo na manligo ka ng ilang months. Madali mag-destroy ng relationship. 1 moment lang yan. 1 unfaithful situation. Diba? Minsan words. Ano yung pinakamahirap doon? To maintain the relationship. One could buy a car easily. One could destroy a car in a moment. Pero i-maintain mo yung kotse, ang dami, diba? Ang dami mo kailangan gawin. Same thing with our sadhana or spiritual practice, the yoga. In the yoga mat, in the yoga asana, you could start and roll by everything. Lahat ng wool gear mo, maglulunlemon ka, magmanduka ka, lahat ng social na studio puntahan mo. Madali mag-start ay madali rin huminto. Pero the practice, the sadhana, is very long. Pero worth it yon. So, ganun din yung chanting. Much more. We should chant increasingly yung attention natin. And try to maintain. Do our best to maintain yung minimum rounds. If 1 yan, panindigan mo yung 1 round, minimum. Sino makakaalam nun? You, and let me know. So, kaya tinatanong ko yung mga minimum rounds nyo dito. Kasi, ita-chat ko kayo, tatanungin ko pag nakapag-chat na kayo sa araw na yun. So, yung iba na chat ko na voice message ko sila. So, I'm your servant trying to assist and help for us to maintain and for us to be able to be in the higher self palagi. Sabi nga nila, stay high forever. Walang babaan. So, ito yun, chanting of Hare Krishna Maha Mantra every day. Maintain your minimum, but you can chant more in a day if you wish to. Pero whatever happens, kailangan hindi ka bababa sa minimum mo. Kung to yan, heartbroken ka o hindi, kailangan mag-chant. May pera ka o wala, magka-chant ka. Diba? Umaga, umaaraw, may kuryente o wala, magka-chant ka. That is consistency, that is maintenance. And that will stabilize us to being steady and sa higher consciousness. So, we are in the first week, tuloy-tuloy lang natin to. Tulong-tulong din tayo with the association. If you find some struggles, let me know your realizations din, saka yung struggles. And hilahan nga tayo, not pababa. Hilahan tayo palapit kay Krishna. And hilahan tayo pataas. So, show your beats. Let me see. Yan. Oy, si Len, meron siya as bracelet niya. Ang ganda ng tassel ng beads ni... Oh, ang ganda. Yeah, si Adam ginawa rin niya eh. So, you can make your own. You can make your own. Again, use your right hands, the middle finger and the thumb, tapos the hand, the whole palm of the hand and the fingers could hold it, not the index finger. Don't let it touch the floor. Don't let it touch the feet. And don't put it sa dirty places. Don't chant or don't bring it in the CR, the bathroom. You can chant inside. Actually, you can chant anywhere. But in the CR, you should not bring your beads. You can sing and you can chant. So, yan, nakita ko sila Emma, sila Milka. You have yours. Sila Joanne. Yan. Si Shay, si RA have hers. Yan. Si Pamela. Si Dal, meron din si Dal. Okay. So, our focus for today is at least us recognizing the mind. Having a truth in our mind. Having a truth setting intelligence. Remember, habang buhay ka, kasama mo yung mind mo na yan. You don't have to ignore, but you have to face it. How one should be facing it, one should be strong. Spiritually, recharge yung intelligence niya. How? Again, by our sadhana. Ano yung mga sadhana na yun? Or everyday regular practice. Chanting of Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. The study of the spiritual knowledge, this yoga philosophy. Any association. Sama-sama tayo. So I invite everyone to find their comfortable position. Hindi natin makukuha yung 100% less distraction. Pero at least find na hindi ka marami pang may isip magagawa, kakate or sasakit. This time ng chanting natin will last only 10 minutes. Just invest it for the rest of the day. This is not the time to plan anything para gagawin mo ngayon, para gawin mo bukas. This is not the time para habulin mo yung mind mo, uy, sinabi ko ba na maayos or hindi? No, just focus on chanting clearly. Kailangan you're pronouncing it and you're hearing it clearly. There's no rules, hard and fast rules in chanting, how fast, how loud, as long as you're attentive in hearing. But now, I advise everyone to chant with me, with the same pacing. If the mind goes, just breathe and beg for it to stay. Sometimes you don't have to beg. Sometimes you have to be strict sa mind. Stay. Chant clearly and chant attentively. So let's recite the Panchatattva mantra. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhaktavrinda. Everyone from the heart. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Bring back the mind, chant clearly and focus on hearing. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Again, put your attention 100% to hearing. Chant clearly and chant from the heart. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Chant your last beads with full attention and chant from the heart. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta. If you're not yet finished, please finish your rounds. If you're done, you can chant the Jaya Shri Krishna mantra. And you can type 108 sa chat box. Yan, almost everyone is finished. Sige, inantay ko na lang. Isa na lang inantay ko. Every start and after or in between ng mga rounds natin, we should chant the Jaya Shri Chaitanya, Krishna Chaitanya mantras. You can see in the screen. Awesome. Tapos na si Shay. You can read the mantras in the screen. Wonderful. So thank you very much. Before ko ipakita yung assignment, I would like to ask if may question kayo or ano yung realization nyo while we're discussing sa chanting. So before tayo mag-Q&A, you can type realizations. Pero you can screen capture din your assignment. This will be due the day after tomorrow. Today is Tuesday. This will be for Thursday. ways you are maintaining your body now. List down the ways. Ano yung lifestyle you have that you think you need to improve? And what are your challenges? Your maintaining your body, this body. What are your challenges? The assignment. We will send this also sa group chat. So before you write your realizations and questions, I will invite everyone to please open their camera. Group photo muna tayo. Yan. Thank you pala sa mga umattend nung Village Talk Podcast Sunday evening. Saka kahapon yung cooking demo. So part 2 yon, yung mga classes every evening. Sila yung mga nasa first, third batch. Pero minsan, we are posting it lalo na kung relevant yung mga topics natin. So everyone is invited then. Pag nasa group chat, you can attend yun. So yan, picture mo tayo. Sige, I'll show the assignment mamaya, Noemi. Yan, si Diana, nag-drive ka ba? Ingat ka sa pag-drive dyan. Yan, Antipolo si Diana. LA yata si Diana. Or from LA. Lower Antipolo. O sa taas. Saan ka sa Antipolo? Sa taas, okay. Pag napunta ako dyan, bumibili ako ng kasoy. Okay, count of 3, everyone. Smile tayo na camera. Yan. Umahabol ng iba. 1, 2. And 3, smile. 1 more, 1, 2, 3. Again, thank you very much, my dear ones, my Prabhus, my Matajis, my soul brothers and soul sisters. I'm always honored and humbled having your presence. Thank you for walking the earth. And please continue to chant your rounds. May nagtanong, how many rounds ba in a day one should have? Depende sa inyo kung ano yung minimum ninyo. Hanggang mag-increase yan sa minimum of 16 rounds. As we're chanting, me personally, I've been chanting 16 rounds per years. That was my vow. Yung minimum ko kailangan di bumaba ng 16 rounds. 1.5 hour, 2 hours lang naman yan. Pero as we start in this new chapter ng meditation natin, ng buhay natin, we could make a vow na minimum natin 1 round a day, 2 rounds a day. Yung kaya mong panindigan, hindi mo kailangan magmadali. So, sobrang importante yon, and expect me chatting you, or you can chat, mag-send din message sa akin because I will ask yung mga chanting ninyo. Gusto ko kamustahin. Of course, I would ask you mga realizations din. So that is chanting. And actually, it doesn't mean that we are chanting this the control of ating mind, intelligence, and the senses. You could still do yung mga yoga asanas. It will be helpful, actually. And of course, the whole lifestyle, holistically, we will talk about ano yung diet that would raise the consciousness, ano yung mga information that we should always filter para pumunta sa atin. Sobrang importante yon. Maraming salamat. If you need to do something, your errands, your work, please be safe. Sobrang ingat palagi. You can share this consciousness sa ibang tao by words, by the books, sharing yung books, or inviting them sa next classes natin, sa next batch, or just by actions. Kasi last time I checked, actions speaks louder than words. How we behave, ano yung character natin kasama sila. It's very important. That is the best, actually. Thank you very much, Adam, Alet, Christina, si Dal, hello, Emma, si Grazel, Ivy, Ayesa, JM, Hare Krishna, Jobel, Jonah, Josh, Len, McCoy, Marisa, si Carlian, si Milka, Naimi, Noreen, Oliver, Pamela, Pebs, si Elaine, Princess Elaine, R.A., si RJ, si Sir J, Shamata G, Sophia, Kenny, Rolly Prabhu, Kaiser, and Yana. Hare Krishna. I'll show muna yung assignment kanina. Then, you can send your questions and sharings and realizations sa chat box. Ito na yung assignment. Yan. 3 question lang naman yan. You can send it to me. Or at least you would notice. Baka mamaya you're just leaving, you're not maintaining your body well. This is very important. If you're doing yoga sana, then put it there. So yes, we have a few more. Let's see kung may mga questions sila. Yan. Medication and meditation, sabi ni Adam. Yes, you can go hand in hand. Kasama. Or you do holistically, you do herbal, you do just natural meditation. That's good. Yeah, Sedona. Peace of mind is when your mind is your best friend. Start to chant, whatever it takes, with beads, without beads. Start with to chant. Um, if you want to have yung association in chanting, join us 5:30 to 7 in the morning. So madami dyan. Yan sila Jonah. We're chanting every day together. Yan. What is Advaita, Prabhu? Si Advaita is a personality part ng Panchatattva. Kasama doon sa mantras natin before we chant. So makikilala natin sila 5. Panchatattva is 5 great personalities. Kasama doon si Chaitanya Mahaprabhu or Incarnation ni Krishna. We will learn about that. May mga assignment pala tayo for tomorrow. Nasa group chat yon. So, you can check them out. Yung iba nagpasa na ng assignment nila. Di na kumpleto ang araw kapag walang chant. Pinakamasarap na agahan. Yes. Pag nawala yung chanting mo, iba rin yung mood mo sa araw na yon. If you have experienced that, kwento nyo sa akin. Sobrang totoo. Yes, yung may mga utang na assignment, you can catch up, please. This help also para masundan natin yung mga classes natin. Yan. Sino dito yung first time maging aware how the mind works, how the mind sometimes becomes our best friend or enemy? First time nyo ba narinig to? Actually, the mind sometimes will be our own inner demon. Di ba sabi nila, battling our own demon? In the scriptures, it was mentioned, there are 4 yugas, 4 era ng mga taon that will be not just few years, that will be composed of thousands of years. Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, and Kali Yuga. We're currently in the Kali Yuga, or the Yuga or the era where yung age natin dito is full of hypocrisy, saka quarrel. Lahat ng tao lagi nag-aaway. Lahat may quarrel. In Satya Yuga, they are much more mode of goodness. So, nito tayo sa last part ng cycle ng creation na to. Tapos, mag-cycle lang siya ulit na mag-cycle. Iikot lang siya ng iikot. So, ganon. Yung mga demons daw in Satya Yuga, nasa ibang planets. In Treta Yuga, yung mga demons, nasa isang planet, kasama mo siya, pero nasa ibang islands. In Dwapara Yuga, yung mga demons daw, minsan sa kapitbahay mo, or minsan kasama mo sa bahay. Pero in Kali Yuga, all the demons are also within us. Same thing, same person. Uncontrolled mind, the mind is the enemy. Uncontrolled senses, wrong use of intelligence, wrong use din ng mga ginagamit sa atin na association natin. One can be his own demon. So every day may battle. May battle tayo with our own inner self, inner demon. We should not always let it win. We should not let it win. So, paano gagawin yon? With our everyday sadhana. So, sobrang importante yon. Yan. First time narinig, pwede maging best friend ng mind. Yes. You'll be successful if your mind is your best friend. If not, even the simplest thing, sobrang hirap gawin. Yung discipline sa oras, discipline sa even sa pagtulog, yung discipline mo sa cellphone. Malalaman mo kung best friend kayo ng mind mo or hindi siya sumusunod. How can you know po if you're in the lower self? According to the scriptures, you're in that mood of depression, you're in that mood of lethargy, mode of ignorance ng mga bagay na activities natin. Our choices in life in that day mga decision making natin. Basically, yung mood, mararamdaman mo eh. You're in the lower self. Tapos pag napansin mo, if you had association ng mga higher vibration na tao, parang wow, nakakahawa yun na. So, andun ka sa lower self. And kailangan natin erase palagi yon. Kasi like battery, mahaba siya, nakaka-drain. So, just always spiritually, kailangan natin mag-recharge. Nami-miss yan. Ano yung for yuga? Ano yung for yuga? Satya, Treta, yan, Satya. You can search that. For yugas. We will discuss this further. Treta, Dwapara, and Kali Yuga. By the way, those, yan, Kali. Of you na mga mahilig sa mga film, meron tayong mga film review soon. May mga movies tayo na mapapanoorin. We're attending some other classes then from other teachers. I will invite you to attend also. Yung ibang class online ni Giridhari Swami, my spiritual teacher. You would know him as well. So yan, maraming salamat everyone. If you have more realizations and questions, don't hesitate to message me. Chat tayo and chant tayo palagi. So kita-kita tayo again tomorrow. Kasi bukas meron tayong yoga philosophy class, same time and same place. I'm very satisfied at this class and the meditation kasi dito ko naramdaman yung peace of mind. Yung peace of mind na matagal ko nang hinahanap. Yes. Hindi mo na kailangan lumayo. Yung peace of mind mo na sa'yo lang din. It's how you use it with the proper association and knowledge. So, if you're chanting 2 rounds, nakaisa ka na ngayon, chant ka pa. Thank you very much, my dear ones. I'll upload the slides and the videos in a while. And kita-kita tayo ulit. Thank you very much, Len, Emma, Shay, Adam, si Josh, si Sofia, si R.A., si RJ, si Milka, si Pamela, kumakain na si Oliver, si JM, yan, nawawala na iba, Naomi, Sir J, McCoy, Ivy, Yana, Rolly, Jonah, Sha, Alet, Noreen, Christina. Yan, Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. Haribol. High five.